Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy if you are new here, and today's video is going to be my hiking favorites. Just the things that I think just make hiking a little bit better / easier, and just recommendations of things that work out well for me. So I have it split into two categories because there's not a whole lot of things. I have clothing and then I have everything else because there's not a lot of things. And so this video is going to kick off my summer of 2025 series with hiking, camping, backpacking, and we aren't going to be doing a lot of outdoor activities every single weekend, but when we do, I will be vlogging it. I already have 2 trips vlogged and ready to go up right after this video. So subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy outdoor content, travel content, and lifestyle content, I post 3 videos a week. And without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, so for clothing, I don't have any of the items with me right this second, but I will pop up pictures on the screen. So some type of hiking pants, whether it be leggings, shorts, biker shorts, lightweight pants. Just make sure it is something that is breathable. It will dry quickly if you were to get wet. Not cotton, because cotton takes forever to dry. So that's why cotton is not recommended for hiking or backpacking. And so I typically hike in either biker shorts or these specific hiking pants, which are super comfy, lightweight, and dry very, very fast. As for socks, I love the Smartwool brand because they dry so fast. I wore some recently on a hike. These specifically, I believe, Christmas, I couldn't find a link for them, but it was the Smartwool brand, and they're the thin ones, the lightweight socks. I wore them in conjunction with these trail runners, these Saucony trail runners. I love both of those. The trail runners allow for a little bit more flexibility in your foot, as well as it's more breathable, but the downside to that is the trail runners are not waterproof typically. So unless you get ones that specifically are, but these ones were not. So I wore these shoes and the socks on a recent hike. And of course we had water we went through, and I totally got my feet drenched. I stepped in the water completely, and we were heading home. So by the time I got home, my socks just felt like they were sweaty. Like I had been hiking all day long, and then that was it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So highly recommend super fast dry socks, super fast dry pants. Any activewear honestly works. And then for a shirt, I love UPF clothing. For one, it's less sunscreen I have to worry about because my clothing will also act as sunscreen. And I have worn this specific one from Amazon multiple times and did not get sunburned anywhere but like what was showing. So I don't know if you can see on my hike, I forgot to wear sunscreen. I forgot to bring sunscreen. I didn't have any with me, which, what a rookie move. This is my first hike ever. I don't know, but I forgot sunscreen. Got tore up, so burned. It was awful. But the rest of my skin is fine. Like I even got sunburned on my arms, and it's a t-shirt, so of course there's going to be that line, and it protected my skin. So I highly recommend a UPF rated shirt. You could even get a long sleeve one if you don't really want to mess around with sunscreen. And then next up is a rain jacket. This is kind of a just in case thing. It could be a dual purpose. What if it gets just a little windy and chilly? You can just wear that. Or if it does rain, you're not getting drenched. But if you're wearing clothing that is super fast drying, it may not matter, but it's always nice. It's one of those things that's nice to have and not need, than need and not have. So, and the next thing is a hat. I just wear a baseball cap, and that works out great, and I highly recommend wearing a hat. For one, it kind of keeps the sun off the face, So again, a little less sunscreen that you have to worry about on your face. Like I said, that day that I got sunburned when we went hiking, my face didn't get sunburned at all because I was wearing a hat and sunglasses. So like pretty much this half of my face was the only thing exposed. And when I'm hiking, I'm kind of looking down a little bit more than I would because I hike in the Rocky Mountains, and as the name suggests, there's a lot of rocks. So I'm always looking for rocks and tree stumps and just hazards, so I'm not going to trip along the trail. All right, so for everything else, number one, sunscreen. I really like this Neutrogena one. It's lightweight. It doesn't break my skin out, so I can use it all over my body. And then I highly recommend hiking with some type of backpack. Last time I hiked, I had a running vest with me, but I wasn't a huge fan of only having that because I also highly recommend bringing a first aid kit tailored to your own needs, whatever you think you might need. Band-Aids, first aid cream, moleskin, some ibuprofen, that kind of thing is like standard, universal things to put in a first aid kit. So when we went, my husband and I went hiking, and then I just used my vest. He had a backpack on, and if there was some type of an emergency and I had to either hike one way or whatever and find help for him or vice versa, it would have been better if both of us had our own 10 essentials. And I have a blog post all about 10 essentials and I'll put that in the description. And then I have an upcoming video of a pack with me for backpacking that goes deep into that. So stay tuned for that video. But I highly recommend everybody having like 10 essentials with you, whether you're just day hiking, camping, backpacking, that kind of thing, and each individual having the 10 essentials. So with my running vest, it wasn't enough. So I really like this specific pack for backpacking. It's pretty spacious. It has a pocket for a bladder hydration pack thing. And I really like this specific 3-liter Osprey one. I'm a little extra when it comes to water. I will always pack extra water. I will just take the weight of it. It doesn't matter. And then the last thing that I recommend having with you on any hike, no matter how long it is some type of snack, some food. And it can just be I'm not planning on hiking, eating lunch, hiking back, which is typically what I plan to do. But if that's a kind of hike that you're not planning on doing and you're just going out, hiking and then heading home without really stopping or anything, having at least a granola bar or something like that is part of the 10 essentials. That way, if something were to happen, you do have food with you. Or if for some reason you misjudge the heat or something and you're sweating a little more than you thought or something like that, it would be helpful to be able to have that with you and re-energize yourself if you need to, and you typically don't, but in the unlikely event that you do need something. Those are my hiking essentials, I guess. It's really not a lot of things because you don't need a ton while you're hiking. The most would be the 10 essentials, which is kind of unique to how you want to hike and what you want to pack. There are 10 individual items that, like 10 things. So like one of them is sun protection. That can be a multitude of different things. Your clothing, hat, sunscreen. It can be multiple things. So the 10 essentials aren't exactly like one packed little thing. It's just things to have with you. Hydration, like you're likely to have water with you anyway. That's one of the 10 essentials. So these are the things on this list. So if you have any other things that you would like to add to this list, let's start a conversation in the comments. What are the things that you absolutely have to have with you while you are hiking or backpacking? Or what do you think is the most important 10 essential item? Let us know in the comments. And I hope you stick around. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, I already have a hiking vlog, backpacking pack with me video, a backpacking video vlog that I just need to edit. And those are going to be the next few videos that are going to be going up after this one. So stay tuned for next week for my next hiking vlog. And also, if you didn't know, I am a travel advisor. So if you need help planning a cruise, a Disney parks vacation, all-inclusive resort, or a group trip, my free quote form is in the description below. My services are free to you, and I'm with you from the planning stages all the way till after your trip. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.